I saw a TikTok that said, a baddie might be down, she may be broke, but she's always going to be a baddie. And I want to share a story with you ladies about the time that I maintained my baddie status when I was homeless in New York City. Now, I am a life coach and a manifestation coach for the girlies. And when I was homeless in the city 4 years ago, I started implementing certain routines and rituals and manifestation methods so that I could comfortably sit in my dream luxury apartment in New York City, 3 beds in the top floor, all right, with a sick ass view of the skyline. And one of the things that I did to make me feel like I am a baddie no matter how much money I had in my bank account was I always did my makeup every single day and I got dressed. I'll put some pictures here because I still took pictures during this time. I wasn't gonna let this time of my life pass by and me feel shame, me feel guilt because I was completely abandoned by my family. Like my entire family conspired to kick me and my 2 kids out of their house 4 years ago, knowing that I had nowhere to go to. And it was simply the universe providing an amazing opportunity here in the city, but layoffs were happening because I used to work in tech and we became homeless. But every single day that I was in that 1-room homeless shelter, and if you want to see vlogs from that time, because yes, I did vlog that time. I believe in monetizing your trauma, and I knew I was going to have an amazing story to tell once all of this was over. You can go watch it on my YouTube channel. But I didn't dress, act, think, behave, or anything of that nature like I was homeless. I still put together outfits. I still had my kids looking nice each and every time we walked out of that shelter. Before we had to sign a little book, okay, and the time we were leaving, because that's what you got to do in these shelters here in New York City, I made sure we looked good. I didn't care if we were just going down the block to a bodega or to wash our clothes. We looked good. We looked good. And the reason why I did this for myself as a baddie is I was like, you know what, I'm not going to forget that I am an attractive, pretty woman, okay? I am going to wake up every single day. I'm going to sit at this little desk that I had in our 1-room homeless shelter, and I turned it from the wall and I put it at the window. I think I have some pictures here of me putting it at the window. And I did my makeup there each and every single day. Now, I wasn't able to go to Sephora, so what I did as a baddie that was on a budget, baby, I went to my local beauty supply store, okay? And this is when I lived in South Jamaica, Queens. And y'all know, beauty supply stores really, they got the best lip gloss. Actually, I still use beauty supply lip gloss, like this Ruby Kisses. I don't know if it's on the TikTok shop. I'll try and see if it is. But also the Broadway lip gloss. Like, what y'all know? Oh, what y'all know about the beauty supply? Listen, even though I am in my dream life and in my dream apartment, baby, I still go to the beauty supply store. You will be surprised at the makeup that you can find there to where you always look good. There's a reason why you go to some areas of the city that may not have the luxury apartments and the nice things, and the girls still look bad as fuck. Okay, they look bad as fuck. It's dang, this baddie's everywhere. And is, okay? And when I was a baddie on a budget, instead of shopping at H&M and Zara, because I, these months, we gotta go to H&M. Baby, I couldn't go to H&M. The budget just was not there because I was living in a homeless shelter and I was in between jobs and I quite literally had nothing. So what I decided to do was I decided to go thrifting. And I found amazing pieces. I'll put some things up here, some pictures up here of really cool places like L Train Vintage, Buffalo Exchange, especially the store in the Lower East Side. I think it's near Avenue A or First Ave. Close to Side-Town. If you're in New York City, you know. But I also went to the Goodwills. I went to the Goodwill in Chelsea. I went to the Goodwill near the Queensboro Bridge, where I used to live on the Upper East Side several years ago. Okay, in this cute little studio. But I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna look nice. And I don't care if I have to go to a thrift shop. I know who I am at my core. And I'm not gonna let the fact that I don't have a home prevent me from looking my absolute best, okay? Now, the next thing that I did as a baddie on a budget during this time was I couldn't afford perfume, so you best believe I was body sprayed down, okay? Because listen, when when you're in situations like this, like when you're going through tough times, when you barely have any money in your bank account, right? You're on public assistance. You know, the child support that you have, you know, if you're a solo mom like myself, maybe it's not coming that month, okay, or ever. You know, in a lot of our cases, you still need to make yourself look good. You need to look good. You need to smell good, okay? And I'm not talking about having a whole like array of like makeup and stuff, but like just getting the essentials to make sure that when you walk out the door of your house or your home, wherever you are, you feel good. Okay, you feel good. You walk through like, yes, like I am that girl. I don't get the money's coming. The money is coming. The six-figure job is coming. And the last thing that I did as a baddie on a budget during this time was I intentionally spent time in wealthy areas. Because here's the thing. When you go into wealthy areas, especially if you live in a huge city like New York, a lot of the times they assume that you're like them, especially if you look nice, okay? And you look well put together. They naturally assume that you're there. So I would, like, when I had a little bit of extra money and I wanted to get my toes done, right, get some acrylic on my toes, because the one thing I don't play about is my feet, okay? I went to the nice salons. I didn't go to the ones near my homeless shelter where I lived at in South Queens. Again, I don't know what South Jamaica Queens looks like now, you know, because gentrification is like really gentrifying. Like it's like insane here in New York City. But at the time, there was literally nothing around, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to a wealthy area of the city, and I'm gonna go run my errands there. And sometimes my kids were like, Mom, like, why do we have to go to Trader Joe's? Like, in, you know, the East 14th Street location. Like, that's just so far from where we live in Queens. We're like practically in Long Island. And I would tell them, I was like, because eventually we are going to live in a nice place. And you're gonna have your own huge, look at that big ass room. Okay, their rooms are bigger than mine. You're gonna have a big ass room with a big ass closet and a really nice view. Okay, and we are going to start acting and moving like our higher timelines. And I would explain to them, you know, in terms of, because they were a little bit younger then, I was like, you know what, we can't look at our surrounding and at our 3D and say, oh yeah, this is my reality. Like, fuck no. Our reality is living in a nice place. Our reality is when we walk out the door, we don't have to sign in and out. Okay, and wait for people to sign in and out because we live in a homeless shelter. Our reality is that we have nice things, okay? And this is the mindset that I also gave to my kids. And eventually they understood, and eventually they love going to nicer places because people were kind to them. They weren't like, oh, you're homeless, like, oh my God. Like, no, they didn't treat them like that. And they didn't treat me like that. And when my kids were at school, the second I dropped them off at their schools, I was like, I'm going to Hudson Yards. I'm going to the Upper East Side. And I'm spending the day there. And I'm going to Bluestone Lane, which is like my favorite coffee shop. I love Bluestone Lane. I'm going to go, to the Louis Vuitton store on Fifth Ave. I don't have a cent in this cute little purse, okay, that I got on Fashion Nova, but I look good. And I smell good, and I feel good, and I'm gonna take these like good high vibrations with me, and I'm just gonna go into the store. And you know what the funny thing is, y'all? When we left the homeless shelter, like a week before, I landed a very high six-figure job, a sales job in tech, and I had insanely high commissions plus an insane bi-weekly pay. And the very first check that I got, I did go to Louis Vuitton. I did. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, oh, because this is what I had been working towards, and I knew my higher self would do that. And I brought my kids with me. I'm like, come on, let's go to the Louis Vuitton store. I'm going to go get something off my vision board, and you're gonna come with me. And my kids got to see, and they finally understood, oh, this is what our mother is doing. It might look crazy to other people, and it did. Because when I walked out that homeless shelter, I had Louis Vuitton bags, like the infamous orange bags with like the blue ribbon. I had Chanel bags. I had like Aritzia bags, like so much stuff. And to the point, people were like, "Oh my gosh, like who were you? Are you like an undercover agent? Like were you undercover this whole time?" And I was like, "No, I just refuse to accept the reality that I'm homeless, that I'm poor." In the city. And I decided to adopt the persona, and I started to dress, act, and think like the woman that I am today, 4 years later. And I recommend for you to do the same, girl, okay? Because just because you're down and out, just because you're going through a tough time, just because your man may have broken up with you, which congratulations, get back outside and get 5 more, that doesn't mean that you're not baddie, okay? So go out there tomorrow, okay? And act like the woman that you